Hey, what's going on everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be talking about some more NBA news. Without further ado, let's get straight into it. So there's a rumor going around right now that the Cleveland Cavaliers actually were persuaded and intrigued about the idea of possibly trading Jordan Clarkson and Tristan Thompson. A lot of Cavs fans, for most of you guys that don't know, and don't know much Cavs fans, but a lot of Cavs fans actually really dislike Tristan Thompson. I'm a little bit different. I really liked what he was able to do for us in the 2018-19 season, but other than that, besides, the last couple of seasons that he played, he wasn't exactly the best, but Jordan Clarkson has obviously proven to be a very good scorer off the bench and has shown some very good signs, especially some decent ones on defense, and yeah, just a pretty good scorer when he has the ball in his hands and when given the ball while he's open on the 3-point line. Showing some very good things he has, while Double T showed some very good things before he got injured. But there's a rumor that the Cavs actually, were tempted to try and trade Jordan Clarkson and Tristan Thompson, but it didn't obviously work out, and both will go into the season. But I think John Beilein, the new Cavs coach, might have actually convinced the Cavs, management not to trade Jordan Clarkson due to the fact that he has a different small ball type of lineup, and he's talked about the fact that Jordan Clarkson is most likely going to play a bit of small forward as well as mostly shooting guard this year. So that's going to be very interesting to see how his small ball lineup comes in. While apparently he's also talked about, and there's a rumor going around that Tristan Thompson is not actually going to start for the Cavs. It will be Larry Nance, because Larry Nance can actually shoot a 3-ball, while Tristan Thompson I don't think's ever shot a 3 in his life in the NBA, even though he showed some videos of him in the off-season shooting 3s. I mean, a lot of players do that. It doesn't mean, they've improved on it or anything like that. But yeah, so it's going to be extremely interesting. One of the suitors that I have heard about that are interested in both players are the Boston Celtics. Now, I think this is a very, very big chance of this possibly happening. For those of you guys don't know as well, Gordon Hayward didn't exactly have the best season with the Boston Celtics, and I think that I think he averaged like 11 points or something. I think that if he doesn't average more than 14 points this year by the time of the trade deadline, he will definitely be thrown in a trade package for most likely Tristan Thompson and Jordan Clarkson. Obviously, Jordan Clarkson averaged, I think it was 17 points off the bench, and a lot of people criticized Jordan Clarkson as before this season, when he played with LeBron, etc., he actually had the ball in his hands to score, and obviously LeBron being on the team, that wasn't a thing. But now that we know, when LeBron wasn't on the team this year, he actually scored a little bit too when the ball wasn't in his hands. He was able to shoot some very good threes when he was passed to. So he showed some very good, signs that he can do some catch and shoot moments. So yeah, I think he would be very valuable off the bench. Now, I don't think Cavs would straight up trade Jordan Clarkson and Tristan Thompson for Gordon Hayward. They would definitely lose that trade, as I said, Jordan Clarkson is a very good player off the bench, while Tristan Thompson, people may have their, debates about him, but you can't deny that he's actually a pretty good defender at the center position. Also, some things are too, Gordon Hayward has that big $30 million contract, so yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see. But if they really want to get rid of that $30 million contract, obviously he also has a player option. Jordan Clarkson and Tristan Thompson are both expiring, and if they were able to trade for both of them, it could potentially be JC and Tristan Thompson for Gordon Hayward and a first. Then they wouldn't have that big, $18 million by Tristan Thompson. They can sign him on a 2-year, $8 million if they want to, or something like that. And then Jordan Clarkson, I'm sure, will be put on a 3-year deal worth about $9 million as well. Now, the thing that's really good about Tristan Thompson is for the Celtics as well, if the Enes Kanter situation fails, Tristan Thompson just comes in and straight away replaces him at the starting center position, as obviously Enes Kanter is not a good defender at all. Even though he was very good in the playoffs, he's known for not being a good defender in his NBA career, while Tristan Thompson can pretty much do both. Obviously not as good as most players, but I think would be a pretty good replacement if the Enes Kanter situation didn't work at center, and then Enes Kanter can potentially come off the bench with Jordan Clarkson. But obviously there's the rumors as well about Gordon Hayward potentially being traded to the Detroit Pistons alongside Jaylen Brown for Blake Griffin. If you haven't seen my video on that, definitely go check that out. I actually made a video saying that the Boston Celtics were interested in Blake Griffin. There are also so many other teams that I think will potentially try and get Jordan Clarkson. Maybe not necessarily Tristan Thompson, but a lot of teams that might try and get Jordan Clarkson. One that already comes to my head is obviously the Philadelphia 76ers, who lack three-point shooting. And even though Jordan Clarkson's a pretty good three-point shooter, he's not an elite one, I would say, but still, you may say, oh, the Philadelphia 76ers, their cap is stuffed, and there's no way they're going to be able to trade for these players. The management won't allow them to do it due to the cap, and they'll definitely go way over. And yeah, but I heard somewhere, I don't know when this actually kicks in, but the cap is going to be increasing by $15 million. So yeah, I don't know what's going to happen there. I don't know when that starts. I don't think it starts until next season, but yeah, I don't think the Philadelphia 76ers would mind overpaying for Jordan Clarkson for at least 1 year. And his contract's not bad at all. It used to be terrible, but now he's got 1 year left where he's making $12 million, I believe, which is actually pretty good for the production he was allowed to bring off the bench. But yeah, once that's done, I'm sure he'll get like a 3-year deal worth $9 million every single year for those years. So yeah, there's going to be a bunch of teams that are going to potentially try and get Jordan Clarkson, as maybe even Golden State as well, who will also lack bench depth. Couple teams I think will definitely try and get him, while Tristan Thompson, I can't really think of too many teams. Maybe if the Dallas Mavericks might be, interested in him, if the Dwight Powell situation doesn't exactly work with Kristaps or something like that, they could potentially go with Double T. I can't really think of any off the top of my head, if I'm honest. So yeah, those are Boston Celtics are probably the one team that I think would definitely value. Maybe Atlanta Hawks, who don't exactly have the starting center field. I think Alex Len's their starting center, and most people would agree that Tristan Thompson's a lot better than him. So I guess Atlanta Hawks might be interested. But I think the Boston Celtics are the one team that I've heard would be interested in both players, and you can understand where they're coming from, especially with that Gordon Hayward contract. Like, I think if he doesn't average maybe like 15 points or more by the trade deadline, he'll most likely be traded, as, yeah, he probably is not worth of that starting spot position. But yeah, that's looking a bit into the future, and I guess we really don't know what's going to happen then. But yeah, anyway, I wanted to thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for all the latest NBA content. Don't forget to comment in the comment section down below. What are your thoughts and opinions on the Boston Celtics potentially getting Tristan Thompson and Jordan Clarkson? What do you think the trade would look like? Do you agree with my opinion that it could be Gordon Hayward and a first for Tristan Thompson and Jordan Clarkson? Or do you think the Cavs would want to look at Jaylen Brown in a contract with Gordon Hayward? I definitely would really like to know your thoughts and opinions down below. Or do you guys have any other teams you think Jordan Clarkson and Double T would be good for? I definitely would really like to know you guys' thoughts and opinions down below. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my gaming channel and my IRL/vlog channel. The link are in the description down below for both of them. And check out my Blake Griffin video if you haven't already. So make sure you guys leave a like, subscribe, and comment. And I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.